required. Okay. Now, physical pharmaceutics. Physical pharmaceutics, it is a branch of pharmaceutics and deals with study of physico-chemical properties for the drug substance. Now here we are going to investigate first physical and then chemical properties for the drug substance. Now, drug substance, drug means what? Drug, it is a chemical substance or the chemical entities which is used for to treat the disease. So treatment, cure and mitigation of an disease or to is known as a drug. For that, when we are going to convert drug into the form of an different suitable form, it is known as a dosage forms. Okay. Then suppose if it is a dosage form, then first you have to investigate before the formulation what are the different characteristics for that particular drug, means to go for the investigation of its physico-chemical characterization for that particular drug. Now in case of an physico-chemical parameters, first you know the physical parameters. First, organoleptic characteristics for the drug molecule or any drug molecule, for example its odor, its color, its taste, its nature of the drug, whether it is available in the which form, and now what about its it available in the which form, and then again you know about how the drug which is present into the system. That part we are going to focus in this physical pharmaceutics part. Now first scope, that is to investigate the physical and physico-chemical properties and principle involved in the dosage form as well as in formulation. Suppose if you want to prepare any tablet, for example, if it is a solid dosage form, then before preparation of a solid dosage form, first you have to investigate what are the characteristics for the dosage forms. Then what are the different types of an ingredients which is used in preparation of an dosage form. First you have to see it. First you have to observe, suppose if it is a drug, in which form the drug it is available, whether it is available in solid, whether it is available in liquid, whether it is available in gaseous form, because already we have observed there are different types of a drug which is available into the market, whether it is available in the form of a tablet, whether it is available in the form of a solid, whether it is available in the form of a liquid dosage form. Suppose if it is solid, then you have to go for the particular characterization for the solid drug substance, then chemical, then liquid, then you go for the liquid, and if it is in the form of an gases, then you have to identify what are the characterization for the dosage, the drug which is available in the gases form. Because already we are familiar with what tablet, capsule, then liquid dosage form, then ointment, then semi-solid dosage form, then again creams, then paste, then aerosols, etc. Because all the drug which is prepared in the form of a different types of a dosage form, then you have to investigate before the formulation this physico-chemical characterization for the drug. Now here, this physical pharmaceutics, it is a backbone of the pharmaceutics. Okay, it is totally based on the dose pharmaceutics. It is totally based on this pharmaceutics is totally based on this physical pharmaceutics part. Now here, for that's why the first aim of this course, or it is to investigate the physico-chemical properties for the drug compound. Then second one, the theory and practical components of the subject to help to get the better insight into the various areas of the formulation, research and development and stability study of an pharmaceutical dosage form. With the help of this main two objectives, first you have to focus what are the physico-chemical characterization for the drug, and then second characterization to you have to go for the different types of an physico-chemical parameters, like it is helpful for in case of an research development, in case of an stability study of an any pharmaceutical product. Now here, before the formulation, first you have to investigate what its physical as well as an chemical characterization for the drug. What about its pH, what about its solubility, what about its partition coefficient, what about its viscosity, then how it is applicable, and what are the different routes for the administration of a drug, everything which is depend on your physico-chemical parameters. Then also you have to decide how to convert the drug, it is in the form of an which form we are going to be focused, where how we are going to select the suitable dosage forms, whether how we are preparing a tablet, how we are preparing a capsule, how we are preparing a ointment, how we are preparing the aerosols, etc. Now everything it is depend on the basic of the basic nature of a drug and what its physico-chemical characterization. Now that's why this physical pharmaceutics, it is a backbone of an pharmaceutics part. Then afterwards, next part we'll see the what are the objective of this course, why we are going to study this physical pharmaceutics part. First one, to understand the various physicochemical properties of the drug molecule in the designing the dosage form. Earlier already we have discussed why it is important and how it plays an important role in case of an pharmaceutical dosage forms. Then now second part, to know the principles of chemical kinetic to use them for the stability testing and determination of an expiry date of the formulation. Because here, to investigate the physicochemical, to investigate the chemical kinetic study. Chemical means already we know, because the drug, it is composed of an one or two substances, and then kinetics means it is a motion. Suppose if we have to take the tablet, and then how the tablet is going to be dissolved, or how the tablet is going to be uh, how the tablet, when we have to take the tablet, then how the tablet which reaches into the different parts of an body, that part we are going to study, that is known as a kinetics. Kinetics, it is a motion, it is a speed, or it is a velocity of the reactions, velocity of an particular dosage form you have to study. And then second one, for stability study, then second part you go for the stability study, whether the drug is stable into the market or environmental conditions, or what are the different factors which affect on the drug stability study. That part you are going to evaluate. And afterwards, you are familiar with what different types of and dosage form which is available into the market. First you have to go to the market, and then if you have to take any strip, then on that strip, what are the two important parameters it is mentioned on the particular strip? One is the manufacturing date, and second one is the expiry date. Suppose if a drug it is expired, there we are unable to take the drug. Why? Because it causes the many more side effects. Suppose if the drug it is safe, then only we will take the uh, drug for the treatment of a disease. Suppose how the expiry date, or how to calculate the expiry date, that part we are going to study in this physical pharmaceutics part. Then also next point, to demonstrate the physicochemical properties in the formulation, development, and the evaluation of a dosage form. Now, the different types of an parameters which is used for the preparation of a dosage form. First, during the formulation, first you have to investigate the formulation and then go for the particular evaluation. That all the parts, or all the points which include in this physical pharmaceutics part. Now, with the help of this objective, we are going to focus the physicochemical parameters, or the what are the different contents which include in the physical pharmaceutics part. Okay. Now there are total 5 units, and for the total 5 units, and for 45-hour syllabus. Then in total 5 units, some part we are going to study in the physical pharmaceutics first, and some part we are going to focus in the physical pharmaceutics second part. Now first unit, it is known as the solubility of the drug. Now first parameter for the physicochemical parameters, one of the parameter, that is solubility of the drug. Then second one is a state of an matter. Already you are studied in 11th standard, state of an matter. Okay. Then physicochemical properties of the drug molecules. Then surface tension and interfacial phenomena. This is again another one character for the physicochemical properties. And then complexation and protein binding. Then pH, buffer, and isotonic solution. This is about the syllabus for this physical pharmaceutics. Now here, first we'll see the uh, what are the parameters in solubility. First will focus on what do you mean by solute, what do you mean by solvent, what are the different solubility expressions, whether it is soluble, poorly soluble, freely soluble, sparingly soluble, or completely insoluble. It depend on what? They depend on how many number of the parts of the solute which dissolved in how many number of part of an solvent. Based on that, we'll express the solubility. Solubility generally expressed in what? Whether gram per ml, or liter per gram per liter. Then again, percentage weight by weight, percent weight by volume. Then the normality, then molarity. That part we are going to focus in the solubility expression. Then afterwards, next point is the mechanism of an solute solvent interaction. What happen if the solid substance which dissolve into the liquid? For example, if you have to take the small amount of an sugar, then put into the water, then what happen? sugar is completely dissolved into the water. But inside, what are the changes which is occur, whether the sugar molecule is completely dissolved or not completely dissolved or undissolved particles, you have to see that part. We are going to focus in this heading, that is mechanism of an solute solvent interaction, solute as well as an particularly solvent interaction properties. Then afterwards, ideal parameters for the solubility, because there are different types of an solubility, because solubility of an solid in liquid, then liquid in gas, then gas in solid, then solid solid, liquid liquid, then again gas liquid. There are different types of an gas solubility. Then and afterwards we'll go particularly focus about the mechanism, then association, then solvation, then quantitative approach, then what are the different factors which affect on this solubility, whether the temperature, pressure, then pH, or any other factors it affect on the solubility. That part we are going to focus in the solubility. And then afterwards, Raoult's law, because Raoult's law already was studied the law, Raoult's law, then that part we are going to focus here. And then distribution law. Distribution law, it is also known as a partition coefficient law. Then its limitation as well as in its approaches, and why it is important partition coefficient, because pK value, it is important for the any type of an formulation of a drug. That part particularly we are going to focus in this solubility chapter. Then afterwards, next point, that is state of an matter. In unit second, we are going to focus about the state of an matter. Matter means anything, whether it is a solid, whether it is a liquid, whether it is a gas. That part we are going to focus here. And then afterwards, changes in states of an matter. What are the different changes which is occur during the matter or during the formulation? That part we are going to study here in the states of an matter. Then vapor pressure, then sublimation critical phenomena, eutectic mixtures of the gases, the eutectic mixture, then gases, aerosols, inhalers, then humidity complexes, liquid complexes, then liquid crystals, glossy state crystals, then again solid crystalline as well as an amorphous, and then polymorphism. That part we are going to focus in the states of an matter. And then afterwards, first we'll go focus about the physicochemical properties for the drug substance. In physicochemical properties, first we go for the what are the different types of an properties. First one, additive property, constitutive property, then colligative property. First you go for the first additive properties, constitutive property, then colligative property, then additive constitutive property. And then we will focus about what different parameters which is used. Now additive property, colligative property, the constitutive property means what, how the drug or how the characterization will depend on the constituents of an atom. Means because if it is a drug, it composed of an one or two molecules which involved within the more than one or two number of molecules which is composed. Suppose for example, if you have to take the tablet, in tablet when we are going to prepare the tablet, first one is the main active ingredient and the other are the excipients. Then that time you have to check what is the exact stability, what is the exact composition of a dosage form when we are going to insert the drug into the form of a different types of an suitable components, when we are going to mixing, when we are going to blending, when we are going to uh, prepare the granules. That part you have to observe what are the changes which is occur. That particular part we are going to focus in this states of an afterwards. Then afterwards we'll particularly focusing the refractive index, then optical rotation, dielectric constant, dipole moment, then dissociation constant, then determination and its application. That part we are going to focus in the second chapter, that is unit second, states of an matter. And after states of an matter, third one is known as the interfacial phenomena. Interfacial phenomena, it is a surface phenomena or the interfacial as well as a surface phenomena of the drug. Means particularly this interfacial tension we are going to measure for the liquid type of an dosage form. Then interfacial properties. Then what do you mean by interfacial? What in by surface tension? First we have to focus this interfacial as well as an surface phenomenon. Then afterwards we go for the particularly surface free energy. What is the role of surface free energy when we are going to measure the interfacial tension as well as an surface tension? Then afterwards, next point, measurement of an surface as well as an interfacial tension. There are different methods which is used to estimate the surface tension as well as an interfacial tension. Now there are different types of an equipment. One is the capillary rise method. It is used to to determine the surface tension for the liquid dosage form. Then again, afterwards, spreading coefficient. Spreading coefficient, suppose if you have to take the water and put on the surface of a glass, then what happen? The water it will be spread over the surface. That time you have to determine what is the contact angle, how the liquid is going to be spread on the surface. That time particularly you go for the adhesiveness of the liquid, or as well as an cohesiveness of the liquid. That part we are going to study here. And then afterwards, next one is the adsorption phenomena of the liquid. There are adsorption phenomena we are going to focus. Adsorption means what? One surface is going to be adsorbed on the another. For example, gas which adsorb on the surface, or any dust. Suppose if the dust which adsorb on surface of an screen, this is called as a surface phenomena or adsorption phenomena. Then adsorption phenomena we are going to focus, whether it is a liquid, then solid liquid, or the gas liquid adsorption. That part we are going to focus here. Then there are then different types of an adsorption phenomena. One is a physical adsorption, then second one is the chemical adsorption. That part we are going to focus. Physisorption, then chemisorption, then distinguish point between the physisorption as well as an chemisorption. That part we are going to focus in the surface phenomena as well as an interfacial phenomena. And afterwards, surface active agent. What is the role of surface active agent, then what its role, and what are the different types of an surface active agents which is used in formulation. And afterwards, HLB scale, that is hydrophilic as well as a lipophilic balance system. Hydrophilic as well as a lipophilic balance system, that part we are going to study. Means whether the drug it is in hydrophilic, means it is a water soluble, whether the drug it is lipid soluble, that part we are going to study in this surface tension as well as an interfacial phenomena according to its HLB value. HLB value, then again different methods which is used to estimation of an HLB value. The next one is the solubilization. Solubilization, if methods, mechanism of an solubilization, that part we are going to study. And then afterwards, next part is the detergency. Suppose detergent, already we are familiar with what detergent. Detergent, for example, surf, it is a detergent. Then Ariel, it is a detergent. Then any soap, it acts as a detergent. And that part we are going to study here is a detergency and its mechanism of detergency, how the dirt, or how the dirt which is removed from the surface. And that part we are going to focus in the detergency mechanism. And then afterwards, adsorption at the solid interface. That part we are going to focus in unit 3, that is surface tension as well as an interfacial tension. And afterwards, unit 5, it is a complexation as well as a protein binding, how the drug it forms a complex. For example, calcium, then EDTA. You have to take the calcium there as well as an EDTA. Then it forms calcium EDTA complex. That is Ca plus EDTA complex it will get. Or else, what happen when you will take the drug? Then that drug is going to be bind with the different types of an receptor or different types of an binding which is takes place. That is known as a protein binding. Particularly, it is related to bind to the protein. Then that binding is known as a protein binding. And then you go for the classification of a drug, whether it is a ionic type, whether it is a metallic type, whether it is a chelate type of an complex, whether it is a clathrate, or that type of an complexes we are going to uh, study in this complexation. And then its application. Why the application it is important? Because sometime what happen, if the drug solubility it is less, then we will enhance the solubility by using will improve the solubility by using what by using the complexation method. For example, if you have to take the less the solubility of a drug it is less. For example, Greaseprevin, its solubility is less. Then you have to improve the solubility with the help of this complexation. Means you have to convert that drug into the form of a complex form, and then it is used for the formulation. It is better way to use to enhance the solubility as well as the solubility of the drug. And then afterwards, different methods which is used to estimation of an complexation. One is the pH titration method, then solubility method, solubility method, then again pH variations method. It is known as a continuous variation method. These are the different methods which is used to estimation of an complexation. And then go for the thermodynamic treatment for the solubility constant. Now with the help of an 2, we are also going to do the practical. One is a protein complexation of an glycine with cupric ion. That part we are going to analyze by using the pH titration as well as by solubility method. And then next part, last part, or unit 5, fifth unit 5 is a pH buffer and isotonic solution. Because already we know pH, it is important for the solubility, because pH it is a negative logarithm of concentration of an H plus ion. You know the H plus ion, concentration of an H plus ion is known as a pH. Then buffer, buffers are the agents which is used to enhance the resistance to change in a pH. is called as a buffer. And who is discovered this pH? It is a Sorensen. It is discovered by the pH scale. And yeah, Sorensen's pH scale, then pH determination by using electrometric as well as an colorimetric methods, and then applications of an buffer equation for weak acid, for weak strong acid, or weak base as well as a strong acid. That part we are going to study here. Then buffer capacity and applications of an buffer in pharmaceutical as well as in biological system. And then last part is the buffered isotonic solution. This is about what? This is about the course content which include in this physical pharmaceutics. That is the total syllabus which is included in the physical pharmaceutics. Okay. Now afterwards, what are the points we are going to focus in this chapter or in this lesson? Now, what are the different types of factors? What are the different points we are going to study in this chapter? Number one is called as a bonds. Okay, we are going to study the bonds. What type of an bond which is present into the molecules? Whether it is a intermolecular or whether it is a intramolecular, within the molecule or within one or two molecules. That type of an bonding we are going to study here. Means if it is intramolecular, then respect with what? If it is a intramolecular, then particularly we are going to focus van der Waals type of an forces. Van der Waals type of an forces or van der Waals type of an forces we are going to study here. Whether it is a dipole or London forces or Keesom forces or dipole induced dipole movement or hydrogen bonding or ionic bonds or ionic dipole bonds. That part particularly we are going to focus here in case of an bonds. Because if you have to take any matter, for example, it is a solid, then the bond which is present into the solid matters. If it is a liquid, then also bond which is present in the liquid. If it is a gases, there is a also bonding which is formed between the molecules. Suppose, for example, if you have to take the water, there is a H2O. H, hydrogen 2 molecules and oxygen 1 molecules. It will form the bond. Then only it will get the H2O molecules. That time you have to go for the particularly what type of an bonding which is takes place. Whether it is a covalent bond, whether it is a hydrogen bond, whether it is a electrostatic bonds which is present into the molecules. And that part we are going to focus in the particularly bond with respect to its intermolecular as well as an intramolecular bondings. And then we are going to focus the states of an matter. States of an matter, particularly in case of an states of an matter, we are going to study the physical states of an matter. Then again, depending on its physical nature and depending on its chemical nature, the matter is also going to be classified. Because matter means already, matter means it is anything which occupies some space as well as in which occupies some volume. That is space which occupy the matter. It's having some space as well as it's having some mass. It is known as a matter. For example, if you have to take any solid, if you have to take any liquid, if you have to take the gas, if you have to take the wooden table, or if you have to take anything, pen, it is a matter. Okay, then it is composed of a number of atoms as well as in molecules. Then according to its physical nature, the matter is going to be classified solid, liquid, and gases. And again, another one matter, it is known as a plasma states of an matter. Then this is a physical classification: solid, liquid, gas, and plasma. Suppose if the matter which is going to be classified according to its chemical component, then the matter particularly it is divided into two types. One, it is known as a pure substances. Then second one, it is called as a compound mixtures. Pure substance, if you have to take the example, that is H2O, water, sorry, if it is a hydrogen as well as an oxygen, it is a pure substance. And then again, if you have to take the mixtures, then if salt water it is a mixture, right? Then again, whether the mixture is a heterogeneous mixture or whether the mixture is a homogeneous mixture. And then again, if it is a pure substance, whether it is a elements or whether it is a compound. Element means only one atom which is going to be present, and compound it is a one or two. That part we are particularly going to focus in this matter and classifications of an matter. Then the bonding involved between the matter, what type of an bonding which is present into the matter, and whether it is a covalent bond, whether it is ionic bond, whether it's electrostatic bond, whether it is a dipole bond, induced dipole bond, or dipole induced bond which is present within the matter. That part particularly we are going to study in this chapter. And then afterwards, if it is solid matter, then what are the different types of an solids, whether it is an amorphous solid, whether it is a crystalline solid, that part we are going to study. And then how the solid is going to be classified, whether it is a metallic solid, whether it is ionic solids, whether it is a ionic solid as well as a metallic solid. Then depending on the bonding, we are again classify the solid matter. Whether again the solid matter, it is classified according to their nature, whether it is a sorry, whether it is a stoichiometric complex as well as a non-stoichiometric complex, whether it is a amorphous, whether it is a crystalline solids. That particularly solid and its classification we are going to study in this solid matter. Then we'll go for the liquid, then liquids and liquid crystals. Liquid as well as a liquid crystal, that part we are going to study the liquid states of an matter. And now next part, it is a gaseous states of an matter. First, we go for the properties for the matter. One is the properties for the solid, properties for the liquid, properties for the gaseous. And then we are going to focus about what? The gaseous matter, whether the gas is classified according to ideal gas as well as real gas, then different types of an laws, then one role equation, then liquefaction of gas, then how the different methods which is used for the liquefaction of gas. That part we are going to study in the liquefaction. Okay, now that particularly points we are going to focus here. And afterwards, aerosol system, it is a gaseous types of an system. That part we are going to particularly focus in this aerosols, because everywhere the solid, liquid and gas, it plays an important role. That matter plays an important role in case of an pharmaceutical dosage form preparation. Is it clear? Because it is a last 3 minutes remaining. Now that part we are going to focus in this first, that is second unit, that is states of an matter. Okay, now up to this point it is clear. All you are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that
Yes, sir.
because
We are getting the point.
because this part already was studied in during the 11th standard. That it is related to the chemistry part. Now here actually how the solid or how the liquid, when we are using into the form of a dosage form, that part we are going to study in this physical pharmaceutics part. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, then now last 2 minutes, I'll give you last 1 minute for the interactive session. Suppose if you have any doubts, then any query, then let me know. Yeah, this method is suitable for you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is slow or it is
Yes,
fast.
sir.
Perfect, sir.
It is okay for everybody.
Constant one.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,